Hello, hello. Okay, so one of our favorite subjects, challenge groups. So basically, this is the bread and butter of our business. If you run a successful challenge group, you run a successful business. Um, people purchase from you initially because you sell them on what a challenge group or accountability group will offer them. And so when they get to this challenge group, this is crucial. I mean, if your challenge group is lame and you're not being what you said you were in your post, I will tell you that they will feel a little bummed out. So, how do you make a challenge group great? Well, number one, initially starting out, don't feel like you have to reinvent the wheel. Most of you are probably coming in as already have tried a challenge group, so you sort of get what it looks like. But there are templates in our team page in the file section. If you're feeling bold, you're more than welcome to just go for it. I know that's what a lot of people do. But you want to be having a challenge group once a month. And initially, I would start out, and it would be a lot more just specific to one program. But I think as we've grown in the business, you basically just make them all. Anyone is welcome in them. So a normal challenge group will start, let's just pretend at the beginning of the month, not the very beginning, but a couple days into the beginning of the month. The first week is prep week. So this allows that person to get prepped and understand what the program is, understand what they're supposed to eat, do, etc. And then that following week will be when it kicks off. So the best way to think about your business is if you're running a monthly challenge group, your last week of so let's just say in October, your last week of that group that you're running will be the prep week for a new group. So then if people want to continue that are in this current group, you'll then pop them over to the new group. Now, this is kind of where it gets confusing because we now have two options for running challenge groups. There's the challenge group app tracker, which is new, which you may or may not have tried, but that is kind of where it's actually fantastic. It gives people notifications. It helps them store their inches and their weight and their photos. It's really up to you what you want to do it on. We all started on Facebook, but now I've moved to my challenge group tracker. It's very simple to buffer in. I used a word. It's easy to post or create drafts so that you have a posting schedule already done, so you're not up and posting each morning. It's doing it for you. It's just really a great program, and it keeps the notifications from Facebook distracting them as to what they're accomplishing. So it's really up to you. We'll probably do another training on my challenge group tracker, just so that that's an easy thing for you to follow. But some things that you want to think about when you're running that challenge group. So just like posting on Facebook, you want to add value. You want to add tips. You want to add tricks. You want to add the things that are working for you, the food that works for you in the program, recipes, how much water, how much like lemon water and green tea, and I mean, you name it. You want to add all this value to their life by working out in the morning or frozen bananas, and the cool thing is we have 3 sets of tips now in our group page, in our team page, where you can just use those images, use the stuff that's in there, and away you go. And as you become more confident in your challenge group, you'll become more able to make stuff up. But there is so say you decide to run them on Facebook, there's something called Buffer or Hootsuite, and I pay $10 a month because I do post in more than one group. However, if you only post in one, then you don't have to pay. It's free. And that way, I usually buffer or Hootsuite out the entire week in that group so that my posts are posting at about 4 a.m. before anybody gets to it, and then they're posting again. If I'm posting something else that day, it's posting then later that day. This ensures that you're adding quality to the challenge group. However, that is not the last step. The biggest and most important step of running a challenge group is ensuring that you are checking in with each and every post in that group. So anytime someone posts something, so I usually do it the next day as part of my power hour. I sit down and I go to the last photo that I have seen and I go through and I comment. And I don't just say like, oh, great job. I add value. Hey, that's a great color on you. Hey, have you tried this Shakeology recipe? Hey, what'd you think of those plank drops? Or whatever the case. Or hey, I know you were struggling last week with push-ups. How did it go this week? Engage with these people. These people invested in something you told them you would be there for. So be there for them. That is probably the biggest thing that you want to do, and make sure you're posting as a patron. You're not just we're all on this journey together. No one's in the perfect shape. No one's the perfect worker outer. We're all in this journey. So you're checking in the morning or at nighttime or whenever you try a new recipe, you're sharing it. And you're allowing the group to also share what's working or not working. That's the kind of atmosphere you want to create, that people feel like they can just talk about anything. So make sure you are checking in on all of those on all of those posts that your people are posting. The other thing is to, and when you're actually setting up your challenge group, there's lots of free printouts that you can provide to them, grocery lists, menus, and of course this is what you're advertising when you're posting about what's to come. But the templates really break it down for you, so I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I more or less just want to make sure that you're adding the heart to whatever group you are in. Something that works so well is partnering people up, but I would really ensure that you partner people up that are going to engage well, not necessarily well together, but if you have someone who never posts and you partner with someone who always posts, be sure that you're checking in with that person that never posts, because that too much posting person could intimidate or it could encourage them. It can go both ways. So something that I like to do is the night before the challenge kicks off, I send a message just encouraging them, letting them know you're there for them, reminding them why they're doing this. And then the Monday after that Sunday, I like to check in with them again and just see what's going on in their world. How did last week go? Did they have any setbacks? Did they have any non-skill victories? Did they have any victories? Really just making sure you're learning about what's happening in your challenger's life. Number one, these are awesome stories that you don't have to use their name, but these are great things to note for when you're trying to come up with posts. Is, me and my husband, we are reconnecting like we never have before. Huge. Post it. Not using their names, but engaging and learning about what's working in these programs and what isn't will allow those people to either continue being challengers and people who drink Shakeology will continue their referrals because will have had such a great experience with you, which is why this is just meant to be treated with so much love and bread and butter, if that makes sense. Like you just want them to have the best experience possible. So another little side note is we all kind of started running free groups and now we're coming back to them. A 2-week or a week free group is probably the best way to start when you're starting out as a new coach. Offering like a 7-day clean eating or even a 7-day Shakeology. Or I love the workout ones. I think that they're really successful. And right now, you LuLaRoe people, if you know any of them, they are welcoming partnership and would love to just say, hey, like join, work with them and like get a free pair of leggings out of it. Or, you can find really cheap things on Facebook or even in the clearance section at Target, a new water bottle or whatever. Walmart.com is a great place. They have tank tops for $3.97. So do a 15-day push-up challenge or a 15-day water drinking challenge or whatever the case might be. Offer that as it's almost like a sneak peek into what a challenge group with you looks like. I think that is a huge win for your business because I think people are like, wow, this was so great and I want to do that again. offer it. So free groups are great. I know that our team is going to be trying to do them once a month, and we offer them before our next group begins so that we can then invite people to join us in that challenge group. So that's kind of my challenge group stuff. I hope that that's helpful. I know that most people start in challenge groups, but even what's helpful is ask your coach to just add you to their last challenge group, and you can kind of scroll through and get a feel if you weren't in it or if you've never tried it and you're just starting out. Or just make sure that you're in your coach's challenge group this month so you can see what kind of goes into making these successful. So I hope that's helpful. Have a great day.